Hello, and welcome to our children's time on this seventh and final Sunday of Easter. Now, if you can remember all the way back in December when we were still in children's chapel in the church, starting with the season of Advent, we've been using the seasons of the church year to follow the life and story of Jesus. So before we get started, how about we review those seasons? Do you all remember our seasons of the year? Let's see if we can all say them together. You ready? Advent, Christmas, Epiphany, Lent, Easter, Ascension, and a Pentecost event. How did you do? Did you get them all? We're going to try one more time. Are you ready? All together. Advent, Christmas, Epiphany, Lent, Easter, Ascension, stop! And that's where we are. We're almost at the end. We are now at Ascension, so we only have one more to go in our rhyme of the seasons of the church year. And Ascension is what we're going to talk about today. Now, the day of Ascension was actually a couple days ago. If you're watching this on Sunday, the day of Ascension was on Thursday, and it's always on Thursday. I partly know that because it always falls on the day that we have choir practice when we're in sort of normal times. But also I know that because the day of Ascension comes 40 days after Easter. So if you count from Easter, which is always on a Sunday, of course, count 40 days, then it always ends up on a Thursday. So Ascension Day is always on a Thursday. Now, Ascension, what does that word mean? Can you say it with me once? Ascension. Yes. So Ascension means to go up. To ascend something would to be to go up. And so that's why we're sitting here on these stairs, because you can look at them, and if I went up the stairs, then I would be ascending. If I came back down the stairs, I would be descending. But on this day, Jesus went up into heaven. He ascended into heaven. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But first, I want you to just wait right there for a second. Will you just stay right where you are for a second, okay? All right, thanks. Okay, I'm back. Did you wait? I hope so. I'm sure you did, because you would make very good disciples. So what we just did was a little bit like what happened on the original day of Ascension. Now, Jesus, after his resurrection on Easter, spent the next 40 days still on earth appearing to his disciples, because he wanted to make sure that they knew that he was still alive. And at the end of that time, at the end of the 40 days, he gathered all of his disciples together, and he explained to them how he was going to be leaving, that he was going to ascend into heaven to be with God. But he didn't want them to worry or to be alone, and so he told them to wait right there in Jerusalem, just like I just asked you all to wait. He told them to wait because he would be sending them the Holy Spirit, and that is what will come next. So now I'm going to ask you to wait yet again, because next week is a very special day in the life of the church. It is the day of Pentecost, when the Holy Spirit comes to the disciples who have been waiting in Jerusalem. And Bishop Martin is going to be with you next week, and he will tell you all about the day of Pentecost and the Holy Spirit. So you all wait, just like the disciples did, and Bishop Martin will see you next Sunday. And then after that, in another week, I will see you again, and we'll tell you how this whole story ends. All right, thank you so much. Goodbye.